It's time now for the Bitter Channel. 11 o'clock news is late. When at June 15th, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. It's 11 o'clock and time now for the Peter Channel 11 o'clock news. Top story at 11 o'clock on this late Wednesday night is federal investigators digging for clues in the London nightclub massacre on Surin and on North Salem. The widow of gunman Omar Mateen. Lake Buena Vista, Florida, two-year-old boy who witnesses said was pulled by an alligator into a lagoon near Walt Disney World Hotel and been found dead by the Orange County Dive Team. Sheriff Jerry Dimmons said at a Wednesday news conference. The Egyptian government says it found a record of Egypt Air Flight 804, which crashed at the Mediterranean Sea last month. Senator Chris Murphy and his Democratic allies held the Senate floor at filibuster on Wednesday evening to force a debate on gun control and negotiations on the legislature to prevent suspected terrorists from buying firearms were breaking down behind. A hacker has leaked a trail of documents purportedly stolen from the Democratic National Committee, including a 200-page opposition research book detailing aspects of the party's battle plan against Donald Trump. In their suits and pearls, members of Congress stood on the House floor and staged a public reading of a full hour on Wednesday night. Her former girlfriend and the men were murdered at a police couple in their home as spoken on his isolation after spending 2.5 years in jail. The building and the house of the Mossack Finance law firm house in Panama City as an employees of Panama Papers law firm Mossack Finance is resident in Switzerland. Washington, Saudi Arabia's powerful deputy crown prince held a full day of meetings in the U.S. Lawmakers on Wednesday, part of a visit aimed at restoring free ties in Washington and promoted as a plan to wean the king away from renewal revenue. For weeks, Westlake neighbors in Los Angeles complained about the green two-story building along West 8th Street empty, except for their squatters who had moved inside. No way in Connecticut. The latest on the sense of the man that's latest in a number of $2 home invasion in Connecticut as home invasion survivor says resentencing was sad. Governor Bentley of Alabama says that the impeachment report can include first-term acts because he's been reelected. Governor Robert Bentley said his family on Tuesday the Senate passed a defense authorization bill that will require young women to register for the draft. Billy is about a long-running debate over whether women should sign up for the selective service. U.S. stocks was slightly lower on Wednesday, turning negative just before the close of trading after the Federal Reserve held short-term interest rates steady at its June monetary. Summer Redstone was blunt on Wednesday, Brandon, and he no longer trusts Philip who has supported him reference to the Viacom CEO Philip Dummon. New York, a Manhattan hedge fund manager was charged on Wednesday trading on government tips about Trump proposing one of the biggest insider trade cases since 2014 curve made it hard for the U.S. Nothing yet. However, chanted Save Our Teachers about 75. Students, parents, and teachers march for that Wednesday. Afternoon to protest school budget cut that could result in 32 teachers losing their jobs. It was the latest demonstration of concern that the public has with how budget cuts will affect education in Attleboro. There's been a number of public forums that issued, and the Facebook page called Attleboro for Education has become extremely popular to get information about the schools. A concert being held at Attleboro High School Thursday to show support and raise money. The marching students reached City Hall just after 4:30 p.m. when the doors get locked. Attleboro, students at the Bi-County Colorado European School are moving in construction materials that help them prepare the construction site for a whole old colony habitat for humanity is built on Holman Street. Attleboro by the time. Next year, the latest city residents can expect to be enjoying a new downtown road park and walkway belonging to 10 Mile River. Foxborough, local residents can expect to save on their electricity bill starting early next year, as Foxborough is started to join Regional Electric Compact. Boston, Massachusetts Democratic U.S. senators have joined. A filibuster to enforce a voter gun control legislation in Wiggins should have the gay nightclub in Orlando left 29 people dead. Senator Edward Markey had said Wednesday that the church will be notified those to be banned from getting on a planned bill can walk into the guest shop by an assault weapon. Senator Liz Warren said the country should ban what she called as a rebel-style assault weapons and give the FBI the authority to block gun sales and anyone that they believe to be a terrorist. Boston, Massachusetts House Speaker says Texas had increased phase out off the table with lawmakers working close to the SBA cap to $750 million on the new state budget. Computer simulation toolbox was emerging to one. As for the second time, Minister visited advanced listener from up on the Gravel Waves Observatory Arcady. Despite pressures from more proficient changing ocean conditions, some coral reefs around the world managed to defy expectations to survey of more than 2,500 reefs around the world. Scientists about 15 that were surprisingly healthy. For the first time on record, the Pebble series has probably got a sink that is direct result of human caused climate change. The Pebble Cave, Melbourne, what is a small world limited and down off the coast of Australia. The discovery that the molecule can bring researchers closer to the understanding of one of the mysteries of the early origins of life. More twisted details about emerged about Obama team. The government killed 49 people at the London nightclub and Sunday gave blood to the donation center that spotted a bunch of the blood used to help his victims. Wednesday, sleep apnea may increase the risk of serious complications in the people who got an angioplasty to clear the blocked heart arteries, researchers said. For months, scientists in Colombia have been working on methods that have been tracking the health and fitness of pregnant women and trying to figure out key questions around the Zika virus. Either telling the time, 11:06 on this late Wednesday night, and it's time now for Trevor and Trent to report on this late Wednesday night. Let's start off down in Rhode Island, where it's looking good with in Ballways, the ocean state, but 95 in the North Bands have lost up to 395 in the Atlantic. 95 and 395 trades in the tickets logo. San Francisco, Massachusetts, and Cape Cod Airways are looking good. Route San Francisco Expressway is set by side slow for Quincy that the breakthrough split 3, set by side so for the breakthrough stretch. Mass Park to the west by side, low stop go with Newton and Brighton. Mass Park to the east by side, so the also right tolls around the Pru Tunnel. Mass Park to the east by side, so from San Francisco Expressway all the way out to Logan Airport. San Francisco Expressway at 93 stop by side, so from Boston all the way to the Zakia Bridge. Nope, Boston all the way out to Dorchester. 93 to the North Bands out, so from San Francisco to Bedford, Route 1 in the North Bands out, also River Stretch. 120 to the South Bands out, also from Route 9 to Wolseley after Howland Avenue in Needham. 495 in the North Bands out, also the Westford Stretch. 485 to the South Bands out, also the Long Stretch. 485 in the North South Bands out, also at 97 in April. 95 to the South Bands out, also at Newburyport Stretch. Up in northern New England, Vermont, where's it looking good? Spalding Turnpike at both ends, also Rochester, New Hampshire Stretch. And all the highways and byways have been looking except at 95 to the South Bands out, also between Waterville and Augusta. And Kayak at 91 to South Bands out, also from 291 to I-84. I-84 both ends, also at Route 8. 95 on the North Bands out, also around Route 8 in Bridgeport. 95 on the North Bands out, also around 91 in New Haven. 95 on the South Bands out, from 70287 in Portchester. 95 on both ends, also in Bronx to the George Washington Bridge. Long Expressway, the East Bands out, also to the Queens Stretch. 495 on both ends, also from Brooklyn Queens Expressway all the way to Manhattan. FDR Drive on the North Band and South Bands out, also from Midtown all to Harlem. West Side Parkway on the North Band side, also in Manhattan. 270 on both ends, also to Brooklyn all the way to Long Expressway. Long Expressway to the West Brooklyn Queens Expressway to the West Bands out, also from Arizona Harris Bridge. I-70 on the West Bands out, also on West Side of New Jersey. New Jersey Turnpike and the Garza Parkway. It's looking good. 676 on West Bands out, also from Camden all the way to Philadelphia. 76 on both ends, also on Thursday to Philadelphia. 676. 95 at the South Bands out, also before 676. But highways and byways in Philadelphia vicinity are looking good. I-70 on the East Bands out, also in Allentown. But highways and byways in Pennsylvania and New York State are looking good. I-70 on the East Bands out, also up to 270 in Rockville. 95 on the North Bands out, also before I-83 to 895 towards Baltimore city limits. 250 on the North Bands out and Baltimore Washington Parkway is also before Route 97 in Bowie. 395 on the North Bands out, also in the Capitol. And 660 in the East Bands out, so from Arlington. I-81 on the South Bands out, also in Harrisburg. And in the Midwest. All the major highways are looking good except on 290 in the East Bands out, also in Chicago stretch. 90 on both ends, also at Janesville to Beloit, Wisconsin. I-70, I-64 in the East Bands out, also in the St. Louis stretch. I-24 on the South Bands out, also the Kentucky-Tennessee border, and I-40 both ends, also headed towards Memphis. 75 in the South Bands out, also in Gainesville. 95 in the North Bands out, also on Route 4. Route 10 and the both ends, also in Louisiana headed towards Texas. And 35 On the northbound side, it's a little slow around 35W and 5E north of Fort Worth, Dallas. Alright, take a look at MBTA alerts at 11:10. Thursday, looking good on the subway system, green light switch minor laser switch problem, and on the commuter rail, Worcester train line train 534 9:35 p.m. from Worcester is operated 10 minutes behind schedule between Wolseley Farms and substation. Worcester train 5:35 9:35 p.m. from substation is operated 10 minutes between beyond schedule between Freeman Station and Worcester Union Station. And the ferries are looking good. Spirit Channel News Time is now 11:10 on this late for Wednesday night, and it's time now for a weather report. Current conditions in North Massachusetts, 62 degrees at temperature, most Scotts. Wind speed common brown gravity, 3 inches, super and visibly 10 miles an hour. Alright, let's take a look at current conditions around the region on this late. On this late Wednesday night, 76 degrees the temperature in Boston. But when you get out of the suburbs, 60s all over the place. From Fitchburg at 66 and 62 in Bedford and Worcester and Norwood, 65 in Beverly at 62 out of Taunton, 64 in New Bedford, 66 in Plymouth, 63 in Falmouth and Provincetown, 64 in Chatham, 65 in Marston, 63 in Nantucket, 63 in Providence, 72 in Quonset, 62 in Block Island, 65 in Montauk, 68 in Nilsip, 67 in New York City, 71 in Bridgewater, New Haven, 69 in Denver and Meriden, 64 in Waterbury, 68 in New Haven, 68 in Hartford and Winslow, 60 in Springfield, 63 in Orange, Massachusetts, 62 in North Adams and Pittsburgh, Massachusetts, 68 degrees Sarah Springs and Albany, New York, at 64 in Vermont, 63 in Bennington and Brattleboro, Vermont, 63 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 61 degrees at Jefferson, New Hampshire, 63 in Keene, New Hampshire, 59 in Lebanon, New Hampshire, 61 in LaCroix, New Hampshire, 63 in Concord, New Hampshire, 71 in Manchester and Nashville, New Hampshire, 66 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 65 degrees up in Port, Maine. Alright, take a look at the station map. It shows the station front off the California coast and stretch it all the way down Wyoming and merge it with cold front from the Dakotas all the way down to Iowa and merge it with low pressure down Wisconsin with warm front from western Michigan, then for Ohio and down Virginia station front from Virginia and to sea, and following from eastern New Orleans down to Missouri, following from 7 Nevada down for western Arizona, down for Gulf of California with low pressure to western Arizona, following from western Texas down to northern Mexico, warm front off the Bahamas, and followed from Alberta down for west central Montana, and low pressure centers in Colorado and Utah, Wyoming and Minnesota, and followed by low pressure to British Columbia, and we got high pressure ridges in northwest Washington State, Northern Plains in Saskatchewan and Ontario, and the Four Quarter region with a center around New Mexico. It's 69 degrees in Detroit, 71 in Pittsburgh, it's 77 in Washington, D.C., 81 in Atlanta, Georgia, 83 in Miami, Florida, Brownsville, Texas, 89 in Dallas, Texas, 83 in Kansas City, 85 in Chicago, 72 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 59 in Great Falls, Montana, 60 in Seattle, 63 in San Francisco, it's 65 in Los Angeles, it's 91 in Las Vegas, 99 in Phoenix, 88 in Salt Lake City, 76 in Denver, and 89 degrees in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Alright, let's take a look at okay, take a look at some radar, and then it shows a few spotty rain showers around the Moosehead Lake region, northwest of Millinock, and a little line of Deborah rain showers southeast of Lincoln, Maine, and a little line of rain showers around east of St. Raphael and St. Lazare in Maine. And take a look at some rain showers around eastern Quebec and the northwestern portions of New Brunswick, and a line of rain showers in east central portions of Nova Scotia. Take a look at radar around the country and shows a line of showers and storms from Ontario, stretching the name for western New York State, and stretching the name Pennsylvania, then on for the Virginians, then North Carolina, and a line of showers and storms from northwestern Georgia, stretching all the way covering around Alabama, and Mississippi, and western Tennessee. Line of showers and thunderstorms from Michigan and down to Wisconsin. That spawned earlier a tornado watch in that area. Clusters of showers and thunderstorms around Kansas, and a line of rain showers and storms from western Texas and northern Mexico. patchy in the rain showers from Nevada, up to Idaho and Montana, and patchy rain showers from northwestern California and Oregon and Washington State. Some slated snow in the mountains of Oregon and Washington State and western and rain slated snow showers, man. British Columbia now for western parts of Alberta. Alright. Take a look at the satellite loop. It shows 9 clouds from New England and then stretching it down in Carolina and stretching it down in Arkansas and line of clouds stretching up and Ontario and up and Manitoba and Atlanta clouds from southeastern Nebraska and southwestern Iowa, western Missouri and Kansas and Atlanta clouds from southwestern Oklahoma and for western Texas and Mexico. Atlanta clouds from northern California, Nevada and then Pacific northwestern Montana and up to British Columbia and Alberta and Atlanta clouds from Saskatchewan and up to western Manitoba. Alright, let's take a look at some weather notes. I'm expecting to mix the sun clouds tomorrow. It's been a terrific Thursday on tap, and expected tomorrow's are safe away for inland, 60 and 75 on the coast, and Cape Neons. And Palmer is expected to be high for Monday. And let's take a look at forecast discussion. Weak high pressure will remain in control throughout this weekend, resulting in cool nights and warm afternoons with low humidity. A subtropical low pressure will be south of New England early next week, and will need to be monitored. Otherwise, warmer and more humid conditions are expected to be early next week with a risk of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Make minor adjustment in the forecast based on current trends otherwise. The forecast will be tracking no major changes are made as another quiet night with a weak high pressure and control of the upper level confluence, keeping deeper moisture and combined with the southwest of New England. Just a few clouds around the night with dry air mass in place. Temperatures will fall sharply tonight with the lows ranging into the 50s. Alright, 7-day forecast is going to take this for tonight. We're going to have some podcast clouds about 52 degrees. Calm wind. Thursday, most times about 82 degrees. Calm wind becoming east around 6 miles in the afternoon. Thursday, podcast clouds about 53 degrees. And south wind around 6 miles in the afternoon. Evening. Friday, most of the most coast about 51 degrees. Northeast wind 3 to 6 miles with light available wind. Saturday, most coast about 53 degrees. Sunday, most coast about 82, about 58 degrees. And for Monday, most of the podcast about 85, about 62 degrees. Tuesday, check the showers. Parts of the most cost about 88, about 62 degrees. Just based at 40%. And for Wednesday, parts of about 82 degrees. Current here's what a phrase of the night. A terrific Thursday in store. People say have a good night with a good party. I'll see you tomorrow morning with a more report. Good night.